The one and only Joe is here. Man, so much to talk to you about. Let's start with the music, right? Because that's what we're here for. That's what we do on Kiss FM Chicago. We play music, which you've probably listened to spending time here in this
Dude,
city.
absolutely. Driving, I feel like every time we were like doing a gig, we would pack up. We had two different cars, two different Suburbans, no van, and we would pack up the cars and generally we'd just bump the radio and we'd bump your gas station and like drive to the venue, drive to Shuba's. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love it. So what made you get the itch for music? Was it first music, then acting, or was it vice versa? Was it both at the same time?
I like as a little kid loved movies, and would make movies with my little sisters, and then maybe, but I was a fan of music, but didn't, maybe like early teens, I guess, getting into music. But I kind of have done all of them or both of them for so long that they, you know, kind of bleeds all together, I guess, in a way.
How the hell does Joe have time to do anything? First of all, you're way too talented for all of us. You need to spread some of that talent out.
That's
How do you
nice.
find time to do anything? Like if you're not shooting, I'm sure you're singing or vice versa.
Yeah, there is a lot of there's a lot of downtime in certain jobs. Like when I'm shooting Stranger Things, it's a large ensemble show, so there's kind of time to fill. And then it's just kind of what I'm interested in doing in my off time. It's nice to take a break, but generally, I feel like when I'm working on an acting gig and I finish up, I'm like, man, I really want to make some music, and so that's kind of what I do. And for a long time, it's been sort of like acting's been my day job and my music's been my hobby, and I just kind of get to do both. Um, and yeah, it's worked really well.
That's so cool. End of beginning.
Yeah.
Wow. Like massive. Matt, like the numbers, I'm sure you see the numbers. It's insane the amount of streams on this thing. You got radio stations, the best radio stations in the country playing your song. When did you find out? Like, when did you know like this thing was blowing up? Was it an overnight thing or was it kind of gradual?
Sort of gradual. The way I feel like that the music business is kind of at the mercy almost of TikTok these days. It seems like I've had a song once or twice before kind of catch a little wind and then have a little nice thing and then kind of come back down. But it seems like this one just sort of caught some air and then just kind of like kept going. So it was sort of like every day a little piece of good news, like, oh, it's still going. Oh, hey, it's still going. Hey, it's like really going. Man, this is really going. So it's
Yeah.
kind of just been like yeah, hard for me to really totally understand what's going on, but obviously appreciative that people are just connecting with the track.
What's cool is we're picturing when we're making, our music decisions every day, we're picturing people listening to the song in their car, driving down Lakeshore Drive. And this is the perfect drive along song. And it's almost like art's imitating life. I'm picturing you, like, I don't know, I ride my bike to work every day because this city's so beautiful. I'm just picturing you driving down Lakeshore Drive. This song just pops in your head. What was the inspiration of, shouting out the city, the greatest city in America, Chicago, and end of beginning?
Yeah, man. I mean, I just had like some formative years living in that city. I went to DePaul University on the north side and lived kind of all over the city and played in a couple bands and just like kind of grew up really there. I showed up when I was 17, 18, left when I was maybe 23. And those are just formative years of your life. So the song is really just like an homage to my time there and kind of not, after I kind of booked Stranger Things, I kind of was swept into this different phase of my life and I kind of didn't realize the sacrifice at the time. So it's me looking back and, uh, being nostalgic about it and then also being kind of like hopeful about the future. I just think that as a city, it's such like a underappreciated artistic city. I think the music scene is really unparalleled. I think there's like so much great theater, um, and just really good, kind people that seem to be gravitated towards the city. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I love Chicago, always have, and always will.
Well, I'm kind of like you in the sense that I grew up in Massachusetts.
Oh, no
Um,
way.
yeah, I'm a Western Mass guy.
Oh,
Like I'm
where?
way Western. So I'm like Springfield, Palmer area. You wouldn't
Yeah.
know because you're an East Coast guy, but
No, no, I get
um,
you. I get you. My
yeah.
sisters all went to UMass.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, we're exit 8. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
So came to Chicago and was the same thing. It was like, okay, East Coast is a vibe, but Chicago, man, I've been here for over 10 years. I'm like, this has everything. It has
Yeah.
literally everything. Like you mentioned, the arts, the
Hmm.
food, the people, the people are different too here, right?
Of course.
What's the one thing you miss about spending time and living in Chicago?
Man, I just like miss like the summers in Chicago and like the smell of the city and everybody. I think the Midwest has a lot of this, but like it explodes. All of a sudden, like it starts to get nice out and everybody is out every day, taking advantage of every nice day. So I really miss that. And just I guess the community. I felt like when I lived in Chicago, it was just a really great community of being like, oh, this friend is having this show or something, and we go to this, a lot of walking and just really good times, good memories, and I always felt like somebody was working on something, and there was always something to do.
That's cool. Being on Stranger Things, of course, the show, one of the biggest ones of all time ever, especially on Netflix. It takes place in the 80s, which is a decade that's near and dear to my heart because it's when I was created. And I love the music from that decade. Obviously, you guys highlight a lot of that music in the show. Kate Bush, what a story that was. Was it last year, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any song you think on the show that the generation needs to embrace like they did with the Kate Bush song?
You mean that has been on the show or should be on the show?
Either. Maybe one of each.
Man, I mean, I know they had a Police track, like Every Breath You Take, I think was season 2. That was or maybe that was season 2. Yeah, I mean, they're amazing. I think it would be really cool to have a Bruce Springsteen song on the show, but I don't know if that would totally fit the vibe, but I just do like Bruce Springsteen a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's too many to choose from. It is like such a great decade of music, man. There's like, I just feel like it was this kind of blend of, music starting to be influenced by technology, and that's really, yeah. So that yielded a bunch of really cool stuff.
Yeah, I always look at the 80s as the time now in 2024 where we can go back and it seems like all these songs are classic, like timeless tracks. Like each song was so big, it was like bigger than itself. And now it's like there's so much more music that it's hard to like pick and choose like which ones are going to be that next classic. Like you mentioned the Police, Every Breath You Take. Everybody knows that song, right? So now in 2024, there's only a handful of songs that we can play on the radio, like in the beginning. I just feel like it's such a different decade because there's just so much, people are consuming so many different things. That's what I think the biggest difference is between that now. So
in the music business here is different too. I mean, it's like there are more artists and there's more opportunity, but you're right. I mean, that means everybody sort of has a little bit less of an impact. But I think that it's my belief that like the more that you are and the more that you can embrace your own voice, I think that's what really makes stuff stand out to people. So that's kind of I guess that's the goal that I have. And I think that hopefully that means it'll stick with people more.
Yeah. Well, we're so excited that you got the chance to talk to us today, and also that we get to play your song about Chicago and the city of Chicago and continue success. Before I let you go, we got to rock this like 5 favorites real quick. 5 favorites with Joe. It's just Spitfire. Favorite concert you've ever been to? Not performed, that you've attended.
Yeah, definitely. I went to I saw Tame Impala at the Vic when they were doing their Lonerism tour, and it just blew my mind to shreds.
Such a good venue. Favorite memory of being on the set of Stranger Things?
Maybe so many to choose from, but maybe saying goodbye to everybody at the end of the first season and being like, "Hey, hope I see you again. Hope we get to
Fingers crossed, guys."
I know, and yeah, that's cool.
Favorite snack at a gas station?
Corn nuts. Shout out to Finn Wolfhard. Corn nuts.
Classic. Favorite TV sitcom dad ever?
Probably George Costanza's dad.
Nobody said that one yet. He's so funny.
He
Frank,
is
Frank Costanza. Yeah,
exactly. I think Jerry Stiller is his name, right? Ben Stiller's dad.
Jerry Stiller. Yep, iconic. And then last one, favorite song from the woman named Taylor Swift.
Favorite song from Taylor Swift. Man, that's like she's got so many songs. How do you even choose? I'll choose Nick's favorite, Karma.
Boom. My man, Joe, pleasure. Continued success, bro. We'll see you on on TV, on the movies, on stage, all the
Man,
places, man. And come back here.
thank you. Knowing that this track is playing in Chicago is like a real bucket list check mark for me. So thanks for making that happen. That's insane.
One of the easiest decisions we ever made, bro. So
Cool.
thank you.
Thanks, Brady.
Talk soon. Bye, guys.
See you.